favour. This is the angle into the pads from Rabada. That's the way you go. You got that boundary. Now make sure you're getting those singles.
Yeah, the subtlety of what's full and what's short. If you're ever so slightly full, they can try and go, particularly in the power play. And so in terms of erring, as the bowler, you want to be erring slightly shorter because you're trying to hit back of a length and maybe even slightly back of that and make them try and force the ball from there. Too easy if it's full and you can just play through the line. And even when you mistime it because of the size of the place, you'll probably still get it over the fence.
Well, he couldn't get it over the fence because he missed it, Kusal Pereira. But wonderful bowling. Pace, line, length. The length that really works on this pitch.
$26 for 1.
Shoka Punjabi samosas. Enjoy the Indian taste.
South Africa won't mind this score at all. 26 for 1 from Sri Lanka. They've knocked over Kusal Pereira. And South Africa knows he can bat, even if in a different format. There's Nokia. For the last 12 months, 18 months, one of the bowlers I've really enjoyed watching, because he doesn't seem to adjust his game to the situation. He's a fast bowler. It's interesting that I should be able to discuss that with someone who was a proper fast bowler.
Yeah, Harsha, he keeps things real simple. He bowls 150 kilometers an hour. He runs in and hits the deck really hard. And if you just have a look at what he does here, his economy against left-handers and right-handers is fairly similar. As they say, he's one of the world's fastest bowlers.
And maybe a throwback to the era when if you told a fast bowler, do you have a slower one? He said, no, I bowl fast.
Are you referring to the West Indies? They were...
Could be. I think he did there.
Yeah, he's got some good skill, Anna. He bowls a nice back of the hand slower ball. Let's have a look here now. And there it comes, back of the hand slower ball. I think Jade Dernbach was one of the first guys I remember do that. Or Stuart McGill, maybe. One of the first guys I ever saw do it. I could never do it.
What a wonderful limitation to have there.
Yeah.
you can do so many other things.
Yeah, I almost lost my shoulder if I tried. I actually did break my shoulder eventually, but not through the slower ball.
There's some shots that are pretty and some that are effective. I think that was in the second category, but it produced a boundary, so no one's complaining. That was 148 from Nokia.
Yeah, Anna, just sticking and persisting with that back of a length pace. Length, I should say. Lanka, he picked it up quickly. He's been batting really nicely in the last couple of games. A bit of a hoik over mid-wicket, but they need to score some runs, and you got a good eye, and you know when that ball is at that length, you can pick it up. If you know a bowler is going to hold a particular length, you can almost line him up.
Third man comes inside the circle now. Amid some smiles in the Lankan camp, square legs drop back to the boundary. To 2 on the onside. Now that is a shot. I talked about the previous one not being more effective than pretty. This is a shot you want to watch many times.
Yeah, this is a great shot. Much better shot than the one before. I mean, same result. And Nokia just overpitching. And when you overpitch on this wicket, it does become so much easier. It's a bit of a worry that he's still sticking with the fine leg and then bowling that length.
Maybe this one. Just drifting a little too much down that side. What a shot that was from Lanka. He's a young man I'm hoping to see a lot more of. He's got what it takes, certainly in this format.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't much of a batter, but I love watching it when guys hit the ball down the ground. It just shows that you got good control of your technique. You pick the ball up early.
I think he thought there was a little more room there than there was eventually. But this over, with 12 coming off it so far with the ball left, it's just sort of made that power play look a lot better. They've come to 38 with the ball left.
We're just going to have a look at the speeds here. The fastest delivery so far in this World Cup. Under Nokia's right up there with Haris Rav, Shaheen Afridi. I love the quicks. I think people might start to moan about me talking about the quicks the whole time. But it's so exciting to watch these guys when they bowl 150. You don't see it often enough in the shortest format. Guys can use all the energy that they've got and push it into the 24 balls that they're allowed.
Is there a comeback ball, the last of the power play? I think it was a reef. Wasn't the best appeal early on from the bowler. He saw the keeper and then went on with it. It is 39 for 1.
Finding the right information when sending deposits to India can be a hassle. Now with Zoom and UPI, it's even easier to send bank deposits to India. You just need your loved one's UPI ID and your money will arrive typically in minutes. Download the app today.
Oh, they're enjoying themselves, aren't they? It's a time for Sri Lankan performers. Setting the world on fire.
Yeah, Harsh, it's just great to see crowds back in, you know. A lot of singing and clapping. The players love it. You see Keshav Maharaj coming into the attack now. Slow left on. You have a look at his T20 career. Great economy rate, under 5 runs and over. Still young and early days, but he's a very good and clever bowler.
And he's chosen the right end, obviously. Currently it's a right-hander batting, but he goes to the left-hander, as he's likely to do soon. He's got support on the onside. Right, you said something a little while ago, Dale. You said... what did you say? You said you weren't much of a batsman or something along those lines. So I've just been looking up. 76 in a test match.
Yeah, I was 4 hits away from 100.
Are there? 39 in the power play. There is nothing more interesting in the world than bowlers talking about their batting.
You know the message that was being sent to me? Andrew Simons was throwing these big pies. Sorry, Simo. And the message was, stick there with JP. I had to block it.
Oh, yeah. He'll get the single. So when you went out to bat, did you think I was just 17 hits away from 100? 16 sixes and a 4?
Sometimes my brain does think like that. I'm thinking to myself, 2 hits and I'm into double figures. That's really what mattered most for me.
And then you talk to someone like Sunil Gavaskar, who made a lot of runs, but his eyes light up when you ask him about the 1 wicket that he took.
They're the hardest to get, eh, the wickets. Anyone can nick a 4.
76. I never knew what I was getting into when I pointed out your 76.
If I can, I want to give myself a punch here.
Oh! It's getting a little better for you, Dale. Another single. Just been reliably informed that you also got a 26 ball 50.
I could fly if I wanted to. And I think I've also, like we got the stats man over here. Bring it up, why don't you? You know, I think I've hit the 4th most sixes for South Africa ever. Just let that sink in.
Oh, you just throw a pebble somewhere and you never know what comes out.
Should have got paid more for my batting, in the IPL. Like, didn't happen. But enough about me, back to this game. This over's almost finished.
Oh, Keshav Maharaj will look back at the highlights and think, was I bowling? Just like that, they get 5 singles from the overs, 44 for 1. And over, 148. Can they get a partnership going? At the moment, 6.3 and over. Got a few batsmen to come. The likes of Bhanuka Rajapaksa, Hasaranga, Shanaka will get on with it. But these two are not bad either, especially Asalanka. There you are, Rajapaksa, 137. Shanaka, it's probably because he's come in and had a couple of innings that have required him to play at that strike rate. He can hit the ball a long way. Here comes Tabrez Shamsi. I so enjoy watching him bowl. #1 ranked bowler now. At a time when South Africa had Imran Tahir bowling, and Imran Tahir was such a good bowler for South Africa. Couldn't always play Tahir and Shamsi together. The Tahir umbrella has been lifted. Shamsi's got his place in the sun.
Yeah, and not for very long. I mean, Imi was playing kind of recently since COVID, hit around. So for Shamma to jump up to the #1 bowler in the world, it shows you what an impact he's had in the side in such a short period of time.
Just to remind you, this is the same surface on which the West Indies and Bangladesh played such a thrilling game yesterday. Came down to the very last ball. Not the highest scoring game, 140. Got that last 6 that Karen Pollard did. That ended up being the difference. 3 sixes in the last over, 2 by Holder, 1 by Pollard. The West Indies rediscovered what their mojo is, hitting sixes. Liton Das, 44 of 43, got right on the boundary because Jason Holder just reached into the skies and plucked one out. It helps to be 6 foot plenty. And then Mahmudullah couldn't score a boundary of the last over. The West Indies winning by 3, getting points on the board.
The last 2 overs have been really good for South Africa. Kesh flying through that over where I was talking about myself the entire time, and now Shammo bowling a real good one.
There will be a fielder in the deep. Yesterday's game and the 2 today have a lot of implications for what happens in that group. Look what's happened to Bangladesh now. Suddenly played 3, lost 3. They've only got a couple of games left. They can only go to 4. One of England or Australia will go to 6 today. But one of these 2 teams will then go up to 4 and join the loser of that game. So it opens up a lot of opportunity. Oh, it's a good ball. Was it going down leg side? 46 for 1. Don't think they're taking it. 46 for 1. Is it going down leg side? 46 for 1.
Ashoka Punjabi Samosas. Enjoy the Indian taste.
A sense of rhythm that comes naturally to the Sri Lankans. You go to the Premadasa Stadium, the steel band is playing all day. No, just over. There's a very tall man there, but just over.
That's a fantastic effort there by KG. Just dragged it down. But look at this effort by KG. There's serious hang time over there. The NBA, if they're watching this, they'll give him a call.
Also, I love the fact that he waited for the right time. He's timed his jump perfectly there, Rabada. Just needed to invoke the holder in him.
The KG is a serious athlete. Not to take anything away from the shot. It's a great shot, great timing. That effort is serious for a fast bowler. I say for a fast bowler, we were all really good in the field. Serious athletes.
Now on the onside, there's a fielder, another teaser. Another one that goes over. Gee, these are boundaries these sixes that are hurting South Africa. Almost there, not quite. Wicket becomes 6.
2 great overs leading up to this over, and then Sri Lanka just knowing that a little bit of pressure starting to build, have to do something. And both these batters now taking on Keshav Maharaj.
Sri Lanka, one of the sides that have attacked spin in the middle overs.
It's amazing what bounce